Hello there. If you're a driver over 65, you've probably been hearing some buzz lately. Maybe a friend mentioned something, or you saw a headline that got you a little worried about your driver's license. It's easy to get concerned when the rules seem to be changing. But don't worry, we are going to clear all of that up right here, right now.
So, yeah, there is a lot of chatter going around. And honestly, some of it's true and some of it not so much. It's totally understandable if you're feeling a bit anxious about it. But our goal today is simple: to give you the calm, clear facts so you can feel confident and in control behind the wheel. Okay, so let's dive right into the heart of it. There's one huge misunderstanding that's causing most of this worry, and we are going to tackle it head on. This right here is the single most important thing to remember. The big myth is that there's some new nationwide law targeting senior drivers. The reality? Absolutely not. There is no single federal law that does this. Instead, every single state sets its own rules. What's required in Florida might be totally different from the rules in Arizona. This is key. And this really just says it all. We're not talking about some kind of national ban based on age. It's just not happening. What is happening is that individual states are updating their own procedures. They're trying to find that balance between letting experienced drivers keep their independence and making sure the roads are safe for everybody. So you might be asking, well, if it's not a new law, what's all the talk about? And that's a great question. It all comes down to the process, the renewal process. States are just taking a closer look at how they renew licenses, especially once a driver hits a certain age, maybe 70 or 75. The whole point is just to make sure that a driver is still fit to be on the road safely. All right, so what do these changes actually look like when you go to the DMV? Let's break down some of the most common updates that you might actually encounter at your next renewal.
For instance, you might find you have to renew your license more often, say every couple of years instead of every 5. A vision test might become a mandatory part of every renewal now. And you know that super convenient option to renew online or by mail? Yeah, some states are requiring an in-person visit instead. Don't worry, we'll talk about those restrictions in a second, but just remember, these are all tools designed to keep people safe, not to punish anyone.
And to really see just how wildly different the rules can be from one place to another, let's look at a couple of real-world examples. This is fascinating.
Check this out. On one hand, you've got Illinois, which actually raised the age for a mandatory road test all the way to 87. They're recognizing that, hey, experienced drivers are often very safe drivers. But then you have California, which focuses more on just getting drivers over 70 to come in for an in-person visit, mainly for things like a vision test, even if they don't need a road test at all. Two totally different approaches.
Okay, let's talk about the word restrictions, because it sounds a little scary, but it's not what you think. If a concern does pop up during renewal, the goal is often not to take your license away. Instead, it's to find a compromise. A restriction could be something as simple as you can only drive during the daytime, or maybe no high-speed freeway driving. It's all about finding a way to keep you on the road just within certain safe limits. So, with all this in mind, how can you make sure your next renewal is totally stress-free? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Let's walk through a quick and practical checklist.
First and foremost, the absolute best thing you can do is go directly to your state's official DMV website. That's where the real rules are, not the rumors you hear from your neighbor. Second, as soon as that renewal notice arrives, act on it. Don't wait till the last minute, especially if you need to schedule an appointment. And third, just get your eyes checked regularly. That way there are no surprises when you take the vision test at the DMV. Really, just being a little proactive makes the whole process a breeze.
We've covered the myths, we've covered the reality, and we've got our practical steps. So now let's just talk about the road ahead and about driving with confidence.
And let's just state this loud and clear. Most seniors are fantastic drivers. You have decades of experience behind the wheel, and that counts for a whole lot. These rule changes are really just about catching potential safety issues early, not about penalizing an entire generation of skilled, experienced drivers.
At the end of the day, driving is independence, it's freedom. And the best way to protect that freedom is simply by staying informed. Knowing the rules in your state puts you in the driver's seat, both literally and figuratively. So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What's one easy thing you could do this week to feel more prepared? Maybe it's just scheduling that eye exam you've been putting off, or maybe it's spending 5 minutes on the DMV website. Taking that one small step is the very best way to make sure you stay on the road safely and confidently for years to come.